Hello. So, I was gonna pull, if you're seeing this, okay, so maybe something for you. Right? I was gonna pull 3 different decks and just kind of do the pile thing that I do sometimes and see what happens. But there is some type of message that you could be receiving that is bringing justice, balance, clarity, and truth into your life. Okay, so ooh, we get the Fool. We're getting to a more nurturing emotional position and kind of ready to move forward in a more carefree way. Okay, there could be a recognition of foundational security that you are getting to. Okay, let's see. Hello, cards. Shit. Whoop. There we go. Let's see. What do we? I'll start with that. What do we need to know? Maybe some cards will come out. Okay. Right, we're gonna do 5 piles. Apparently. Okay. Let me just see if there's. Ooh, okay. Nothing else. Okay. Save these for later. Oops. Alright, you could either, I don't know, pause? Pause? I don't know. And then fast forward once I get to where I'm going. We got the Ace of Cups right here, and 5 of Swords, 7 of Wands. Somebody could be really staying true to themselves as they move forward towards, truly fulfilling emotional dynamic. They could have been dealing with certain conflict, but and manipulation. So you could be really kind of getting to a more secure position within their own inspiration and sense of purpose. Okay. It's a transition, okay, so somebody could be moving, more intentionally. They could be really kind of adjusting their awareness and, I guess, insensitive in certain ways, okay, getting to a more intentional position with where it is that they're wanting to align themselves and move. Okay, this could be you. But yeah. One more time. Okay. And got all these decks everywhere. I wasn't even sure it was gonna open that way. That's funny. Okay, and we got the Wheel of Fortune. All right. And the Queen of Pentacles. Ooh. So yeah, somebody could be stabilizing themselves as they move forward intentionally and swiftly into a new chapter. All right. So here's the story. Hold on. I'm almost there. Just getting little bits and pieces along the way. Oh. Ew, hello. Okay, this one. Okay, well, I kind of shove those back in. Let's see. Mail. Okay. Let's see. All right. Here we go. Let's start with pile 1. So you can take this how it resonates, how, you know, for you. But the Justice card came out. Okay, so there could be this, you know, true recognition. And I just looked down at the song that I was listening to a minute ago. 9 Inch Nails, The Hand That Feeds You. So that's talking about, you know, will you bite the hand that feeds you? Or, you know, will you, you know, take initiative to kind of move forward independently or intentionally for yourself. Okay, so there could be this recognition of, you know, getting to a position where you're creating the balance for yourself, recognizing the signs and synchronicities that you're surrounded by, and really kind of getting to a position of, you know, elevating. You could be using your discernment when it comes to manipulation and deceptive behavior, you know, trickery by others, and you could be seeing what is, let me see, you know, what actions are being taken based on safeguarding someone else's situation, or what it is that is, you know, with malintent. Okay, so somebody could be, you know, or you could be really kind of getting to a greater discernment and recognizing, you know, how it is that you're wanting to move forward, allowing your heart to lead you. Okay, you could be recognizing that you are, you know, creating more intentionally the environment that you're desiring of, knowing your strengths and your abilities, and, you know, what and when you're meant to do at any given time. You could be, you know, getting a greater truth. We have 2 aces right here, so the Ace of Wands and the Ace of Swords. You could be getting a greater truth when it comes to anxiety, and being able to really move forward with a greater sense of intention and passion, truth and clarity, like I said, in order to close out cycles of pain and negativity. There could have been, you know, a major transformation that you've gone through in order to, you know, move more intentionally into the next chapter and receive what you know is, you know, truly meant for you. Okay. All right. Cool. Let's see. Oops. So you could be no longer allowing for, you know, the outlook of heartbreak or previous difficulty to, you know, immerse itself, or, you know, be within your presence or your awareness. Okay, you could be looking forward towards major shifts. What's interesting is we have 2 of the 3 of Swords right here, so there could be major reminders, but you could be like more intentionally moving into a situation where you're uprooting or destabilizing previous scenarios and moving forward towards what it is that you could be truly dedicating yourself within. Okay, and instead of kind of focusing on, you know, the pain, you could be anticipating what it is that you're truly desiring to come in when it comes to your own plans, and feeling like you're moving forward in a way where you're able to look positively at, you know, the intentional structure that you're wanting to have. You could be having a lot more enthusiasm, joy, and appreciation for the actions that you're taking. Okay, we got the Ace of Pentacles and the Emperor right here. So, you know, there could be this recognition that, you know, what it is that you will be receiving of is, you know, truly meant for you in order to round out what it is that you're forming and creating. It could be, you know, something that you're knowing you're able to really, like I was saying, close out cycles of pain and negativity and move forward towards, you know, what it is that you're truly trying to create within your long-term goals and your legacy. You could have gained the awareness that you needed in order to really kind of initiate in a way with what your truth is in order to move forward. You could have been educated by, you know, certain means, and get to, you could be getting to a greater confidence with, you know, taking action in this understanding. With the Six of Swords and the Justice card again, you could be really moving forward, like I said, initiating yourself towards what you believe would be a true balance in your life. Okay. You could be recognizing that certain conflict had been disrupting what your desired intentions were for your long-term goals or your legacy, and destabilizing the growth or the progress that you're making. And at this point, you could be feeling like you're, you know, wanting to be diligent within your skills and your abilities in order to bring what you'd envisioned to the forefront. So you could be, you know, definitely recognizing the different levels of conflict that you've been facing that were really kind of destabilizing you or shaking your foundation. But at this point, you could be feeling like you have the mastery and the skill within you to overcome whatever had been lacking, and create a more secure foundation for yourself and others. We got the Ace of Cups and the Magician and the Queen of Cups right here. So there could be, you know, and even how this person's like holding a heart right here, that's the Magician. You can be really embracing your emotional expression in a way that is helping for you to create and form things in your life as you truly desire. Okay. And you could be getting to a position where you're able to see this grow, not only within you, but within your surrounding areas. And you be recognizing, you know, your nurturing expression is, you know, creating a greater sense of maturity, you know, birthing something new. We got the Temperance and the Ace of Swords, or Ace of Words, it says. Wands is what that means in this deck. So yeah, you could be really kind of feeling inspired and having, you know, just almost like aha moments, I guess, having certain epiphanies when it comes to the environment that you're really going to be able to be surrounded within or surrounded by. And what's interesting about this is it kind of reminded me of a situation I'm going through where, you know, I was talking about my book yesterday, and in the messages that, you know, that I have within my book, I'm trying to keep myself out of being the focal point, but the people that I was talking to were saying, you're the one who's receiving these and you should be, you know, more involved or whatever. And you know, as far as like within the story, I should have a, you know, a larger influence, I guess, right? And I was thinking, you know, I was thinking oppositely, where I was trying to keep myself out of it just so that the message could be, you know, at the forefront. But now with that altered perspective, I've been able to see how it would be that I could really kind of add more to the story by involving my own experiences in a way where it is more personalized, but at the same time, it's helping me to, it's like reminding me that these other situations that I've gone through that you wouldn't have looked at, as far as like, oh, I need to write this down or something, but they were like major shifting awarenesses and focal points in my own personal position. So it's like I could go deeper into these messages that I thought I'd leave out, and it would actually create a broader awareness and a more depth of knowledge, right? So somebody could be kind of coming to their own realization of, you know, what actions they're meant to be taking in order to have that larger perspective, awareness and influence. Okay. I hope that makes sense. Like, let me see. Like realizing in a bigger picture awareness what actions you're meant to be taking in order to embark upon or embrace what you know is truly meant for you in a certain way. Okay. So anyway, let's keep going. Hopefully that's making sense in some type of way. But yeah, you could be kind of getting to a greater strength within your understandings and your experiences, the work that you've put into different situations. You know, really matured and looked at things from a more, I keep thinking diligent right here. So, you know, as you know, do what you know you're meant to be doing, you could be really kind of recognizing a greater sense of fulfillment than you had anticipated while it is that you were putting the work in, you know? So it's like, yeah, you could be having a greater sense of worth within the outcome of what the work is that you're doing, okay? You could be recognizing how, you know, there could be certain relationship dynamics or divine connections that you could have been blocking or restricting yourself from. And you could be, you know, going through different situations that are healing your own inner child and sense of self, where you could be embracing, you know, grander outlook of joy and innocence, and really kind of focus more on what it is that you're wanting to devote yourself to within a certain relationship dynamic instead of holding yourself back. Okay, you could be looking more towards what you perceive as a wish come true and allowing this to, you know, kind of permeate what you've envisioned. Instead of holding yourself back, you could be getting to a more focused intention when it comes to embracing a new emotionally fulfilling opportunity and creating momentum to really get onto your desired path. Okay, you can be really kind of willing this situation into reality and paying more attention to your intuitive guidance and awarenesses. Okay, and we got the Two of Cups again right here, and the Page of Cups. So yeah, somebody could be, you know, making more loving choices for themselves and, look at that, how cute, right? Making more intentional choices for yourself and, recognizing the guidance, like I was saying, but also having a greater sense of importance. Here's the red string thing again. I keep seeing that, so it could be something that's relevant for you, but, you could be recognizing the connectivity and really, you know, feeling much more fulfilled with what your desired emotional expression is. And you could be moving forward towards this, taking the steps needed to open, yeah, wow. We got the Knight of Pentacles and then the Knight of Swords right here. So it's like, and then the Empress. So it's like, as you lead yourself and initiate with the, you know, beginning steps and create rhythm, you know, once you get more comfortable and know that this is truly meant for you, you could be kind of moving forward with a more, you know, hasty speed, and not necessarily hasty, but more forward moving progress, and getting to a greater sense of comfortability instead of holding yourself back. Okay. We got the Queen of Pentacles, Six of Pentacles, and the World. So as you get to a more grounded position and stabilize yourself, you'll know more obviously what it is that you're wanting to give back within and what you're wanting to receive, and you can be leading yourself into a brand new beginning. Oh. We got the Two of Wands, the Ten of Cups, and the Strength card. Okay, so you can be really planning towards, you know, a stronger home and family dynamic, really kind of recognizing that you have the ability, you got the whole world in your hands, type of thing. You have the ability to create this fulfillment and, you know, emotionally and, you know, mentally and all those things. You'd be getting to a greater sense of courage when it comes to taking the action that you know that you're meant to be doing. Okay. This week, I guess, I've been seeing, you know, this image as like, you know, the lion's got a toothache type of thing, and she's doing what she needs to assist. And it's not, doesn't necessarily have to be that, but it's like, you know, there's this recognition of doing the work that you know that you're meant to, even if it seems like it's something that could be overwhelming or, you know, creating some type of sense of caution within you, instead of focusing more on, you know, the negativity that could arise. You could be, you know, knowing that the work that you're needing to do is important in a way where it will be, you know, received well once you end up taking action. Okay. All right, but we got the Tower, the Knight of Cups, and the Death card. So, you know, you could be really feeling that you're moving forward in a way that is creating major shifts in your reality as you follow your heart. It could be, you know, truly transformative, not only for you and your emotional position, but also for your, you know, physical scenario. Okay, we got the Four of Wands with like a transitional awareness. So it's like you could be, you know, knowing that you're shaking things up, but you know, taking out the aspect that had been creating the instability and, you know, building from there. So you could be feeling like you're really building on solid foundation at this time, and having a greater sense of confidence within this alignment. Okay. You could be feeling that you are, you know, have gained the mastery within what it is that you're wanting to form and create, you know, recognition within your own skill, that you could be, you know, facing certain difficult choices with a more loving expression. And you could be, you know, knowing that you will be receiving opposition or conflict on your way to elevate and ascend from where it is that you are currently. But, with the King of Wands and the Magician, you could be feeling that you have the abilities to manifest and create what you have envisioned and really rise above the difficulty in a way where it's, you know, no big thing. Okay, we got the fairy godmother type of thing right there. You know, it's like somebody feels that they have the ability to shift and change things according to their own needs and desires. And you could be no longer holding yourself back based on the conflict that you know would be present as you take action in this way. Okay. What's interesting with these two cards right here is, I got to cover up the bottom, but they're the same type of imagery. It's just like opposite, right? So we have, you know, devil and angel right here, you know, and then two people at the bottom. You can't see the girl right there. But they're, you know, showing that they're bound on this side, and they're showing that they're, you know, really kind of being presented an altered perspective on the other side, right? They're, you know, being uplifted and guided, and there could be this recognition of kind of which side you are partaking in. Okay, you could be noticing more intentionally what actions you're wanting to be taking as far as you know, where your energy is flowing, and you know, what it is that you are adding to when you form and create more intentionally. So instead of looking at you know, what you could have been feeling bound by, you could be, you know, releasing yourself from a chained outlook and really kind of recognizing what is truly important. Okay, we have the Hermit and the Four of Swords right here, the Four of Pentacles. So, you know, as you've taken the time to go inward and really feel, you know, the difference between what you've been influenced by previously, you could be recognizing what is important in your life and embracing a more healed outlook and perspective. You know, really kind of allowing for yourself to hold on to what you know is what you're desiring of foundationally, and, you know, kind of release as well what you know you're illuminated to release right now. Okay. Yeah, there could be a recognition of the steps that you're desiring to take, and a need to kind of surrender into this while taking assertive action. Okay, and we have the Page of Wands and the Queen of Wands, the King of Pentacles, the Knight of Cups, and the Nine of Cups. So, you know, as you assert yourself, you can be recognizing how you have prepared yourself to move forward towards what it is that you're truly desiring of, and feel, you know, spiritually aligned within. You could be stabilizing yourself in this position and really embarking upon, you know, what you know is needed to have that true emotional fulfillment. You know, with the Nine of Cups moving forward with that extra last cup right there, moving towards the Ten of Cups, it's like you could be knowing that you have a sense of fulfillment within yourself, but there's certain actions that are need to be taken to lead towards that true fulfillment. Okay. There's another one. Oh yeah. Let's see what we got here. Right, Three Cups, Six of Pentacles. So you could be having a lot more of a celebratory outlook when it comes to the energy you're putting out there and what it is that you're receiving back. Okay. And you could be having a greater sense of preparedness for what it is that you are planning on moving forward towards. Okay, and the Four of Wands right there. Having, you know, like a greater appreciation for the balance and the structure that you are embarking upon and forming for yourself. You could be, you know, really receptive of, you know, the clarity and the truth that is creating this balance for you. Okay, let me see it. Alright, we got the Six of Cups right here and the Four of Wands. So this could be like a soulmate, twin flame connection for sure. But you could be feeling that you've, you know, healed yourself in different ways where you could be more joyfully moving forward and taking action with your desired movement or communication. Okay. And we got the, let's see, the Hermit and the Eight of Swords. You could be recognizing how you had definitely been restricting yourself and isolating or leading yourself into a more secluded, position. But at this point, you could be recognizing what has been leaving you anxious when it comes to relationship dynamics. You could be seeing how you've matured and elevated in different ways. And at this point, you could be really confident with asserting yourself and, you know, creating your life as you truly desire instead of being a passive observer or silent observer or something. You could be utilizing your own wisdom in a way that is, creating a foundation for yourself, but also helping for you, assisting for you to open up to the desired relationship dynamics and team efforts that you're wanting to embark upon. A lot of embarking. We got Four of Swords, Two of Cups, and the King of Swords. So yeah, there's definitely a new outlook that has been that you could have been receptive of, and you know, you could be in aligning your emotional understanding with your, you know, mental awareness and truth, and recognizing the signs and the synchronicities that are leading you in the direction that you're going, and also getting to an awareness of what it is that you're wanting to dedicate yourself to. You can be recognizing what you're truly desiring of and closing out cycles of pain or lack in order to be more comfortable with receiving this. You could be feeling, you know, truly faithful in what it is that you had envisioned for yourself and wanting to bring this into reality. The Six of Wands and the King of Wands and the Ace of Wands, there could be definitely a lot of passion, and you could be knowing that you're leading yourself towards success, embarking. Okay. Yep. Initiating upon whatever. Somebody's embarking somewhere. But initiating towards what you can feel truly purposeful and inspired by. And this is something that you can be kind of going back and feeling like you're recalling certain events that are, you know, no longer something that you can deny, but are needing to be incorporated, okay, into your physical world in order to really gain the triumph or success in the situation. Okay, you could have felt that you were, you know, educating yourself, you know, and envisioning how it is that you could really embrace what you feel would be truly fulfilling. Okay, you could be recognizing that you have the power within you, okay, to like oppose toxic or unhealthy dynamics that you could be facing, and you could be really kind of creating the momentum needed in order to, oh, how cute, look at, oh. We got the Ace of Cups and the Ace of Pentacles right here. So you could be really kind of seeing a new abundant beginning for you physically and emotionally, okay? And also we got the Soul, which is the Fool card right here. So it's like there could be this, you know, true alignment that is occurring, fulfillment, liberation, and you could be, you know, really kind of focusing more on what it is that you're desiring to have come in, instead of you know, where your mentality may have been previously or what you may have been distracted by. Okay, and we got this straight path right here as well. So you could be relieving yourself of, you know, doubt, insecurity, or yeah, a lack of belief. Okay, and you could be having the cooperation needed in order to really overcome the difficulty that you're facing, and feel that you are being what's that word, having, you could be receiving a beacon of where it is that you know that you're meant to be going. Okay, you could be really having a higher awareness. Okay, and yeah, you could be feeling that you are stabilizing yourself and your environment, being supported by others as well with what it is that you're forming and creating and bringing into the world, and really elevating in a way that you are, you know, ascending and allowing for a greater illumination to be acknowledged or accepted. Okay, what else do we need to know? All right. This could have been something that you're waiting for and battling for, really praying for a long time. And with the Empress and the Tower, you know, you could be having major changes coming into your life, but you are ready and receptive, knowing that it's also kind of bringing in what you know is meant for you. Oh, look at the sun, how cute. So yeah, you could be really looking forward towards a positive outcome, having the strength and the confidence within a certain transformation, and feeling comfortable dedicating yourself to your emotional expression and moving forward onto your desired path. Okay, you could be receiving some type of offer that is taking you out of feeling like you're on this solo ride and moving forward towards, you know, your long-term goals more intentionally. You could be, you know, needing to use your discernment, and instead of paying attention to, you know, the heartbreak and the pain and the loss and the difficulty, you need to be prepared, or recognizing how you are prepared, and you know, can be feeling more confident and inspired to move forward, walking away from what is, you know, no longer a wish come true, and aligning on that, you know, true path. And like I was talking about with the beacon right there, you know, you could be feeling like you are moving into a position where you're truly being guided. Okay, all right, and there's could be a need to recognize that you're not meant to be opening yourself up to undesired positions or opportunities at this time. They could be misleading you from the true alignment that you know that you're meant to be embarking. I don't know why I'm laughing about it, but I keep saying way more than I way more than I should. Anyway, somebody's at the door. Hold on, I was ready to go. Hold on. Berg. Let me check. I don't want to enter the door. Let's see. No, it doesn't show anybody there. My dog's just tripping. Anyway, okay, so, Shep! So yeah, you could be kind of knowing what it is that you're meant to be aligning with, okay? And creating the balance in order to really create and co-create within, you know, the universe and within your life in a way that you have a greater sense of confidence, okay? All right, I'm still checking the door. Okay. Shepherd! What? Somebody is knocking on the door. Alright, well, I gotta go. Okay, bye. Hopefully this helped.